Hello, my name is Ophir, Rotem, and today the people of Martinique were in for a huge wake-up. At approximately 7:50 a.m. today on May 8th, Mount Pelee erupted, and you can only imagine the surprise and devastation for the citizens of Martinique. The Martinique government did not feel that this eruption would be such a large threat. Therefore, people didn't evacuate. I wonder if the May 11th election day had anything to do with the government's naive behavior. As of now, we are not 100% sure of the amount of survivors. Let me take you to our on-site reporter.
I'm here on the site following the deadly eruption of the stratovolcano Mount Pelee. In April, the first signs of Pelee's reawakening were subtle. A string of small tremors shook St. Pierre, and clouds of sulfurous fumes wafted down from the mountain. On the night of May 2nd, however, a small eruption commanded the town's attention. Witnesses said that Pelee's summit seemed to catch fire, spewing glowing rocks and rendering the midnight sky incandescent. The next morning, residents found birds that had plummeted from the air, weighted down by ash, and a steamer captain noticed dead fish floating in the sea, possibly killed by the shockwave of a submarine earthquake. Over the following days, the mountain continued to fume, driving terrified people from the countryside into St. Pierre, which the newspapers reported was safe. On May 5th, events took a deadly turn when a massive lahar broke through the crater wall and came streaming down the Rivière Blanche at speeds topping 100 kilometers per hour. A devastating mixture of mud and hot water, the slide destroyed a sugar processing plant on the coast, killing almost 24 people. The debris then spilled into the ocean, producing a 3-meter-high tsunami that inundated St. Pierre. Perhaps most horrifying of all, though, was the plague of insects and snakes that slithered down from the mountain. Among the invaders were gigantic centipedes and deadly 2-meter-long pit vipers, which claimed the lives of hundreds of livestock and about 50 people, according to some accounts. Soldiers shot the serpents in the streets in what would turn out to be a futile effort to protect the people of St. Pierre. Pelee's eruption continued to intensify. On May 6th, blue flames preceded the arrival of magma in the crater as a lava dome poked above its rim. On May 7th, the mountain sputtered and a volcano on neighboring St. Vincent exploded, killing 1,500 people. The authorities, however, insisted there was nothing to fear. In the course of a few short minutes, an infernal blast of hot gas and volcanic debris obliterated St. Pierre. Most of the victims perished from suffocation and burns that scorched their skin and lungs. Later analysis based on burnt wood yielded temperature estimates suggesting the gas cloud was between 350 and 400 degrees Celsius. The explosion leveled the town, hurling massive stone statues several meters from their perches, implying the cloud reached speeds exceeding 100 meters per second, and sparing only some walls oriented parallel to the blast. For days afterward, St. Pierre burned. Ships in its harbor smoldered and sank.
Alex, wow, that sounds devastating. We must keep all the victims in our prayers. I want to direct the conversation to Erika, our expert consultant.
I'm here to give you information on Mount Pelee itself, what caused the eruption, and a little about its history. Mount Pelee, a 400,000-year-old, 4,583-foot tall composite volcano, which means it is a traditional-looking volcano that is steep and symmetrical and formed out of andesite rock. Being a stratovolcano, it is made mostly of layers of alternating lava and ash. It is located on the northern end of the French Caribbean island of Martinique and is part of the Lesser Antilles volcano arc. The arc it was formed by the subduction of the North American plate under the Caribbean plate. The devastation of the eruption was caused by pyroclastic flow, which is a collapse of an eruption column, which is pumice, ash, and gas rising upward. There were many warning signs that Mount Pelee let off, including noisy explosions, earthquakes, sulfurous gases, and small eruptions that dusted nearby areas with ash. Mount Pelee had a very active history with radiocarbon dating an eruption back to 8210 BCE. Local Carib people referred to it as Fire Mountain because of many previous eruptions in ancient times. Now back to Ophir.
Wow, Erika, thank you so much for your expert opinion. We will keep you posted on any new discoveries. Again, my name is Ophir Rotem from Channel 11 News. Thanks for watching. As we all know, 3 years ago today, the devastating eruption of Mount Pelee took place. It only left 2 survivors, and the wonderful people of Martinique will never be forgotten. I would like to bring in Cathleen to give us an update on how the volcano is and what it is doing today.
We have finally just been allowed to return to St. Pierre after the volcanic eruption that happened 3 years prior. the pyroclastic flow has finally just subsided and we're starting to see the effects of Mount Pelée, the volcano that has left the area with only 2 survivors. With about 30,000 people being killed in the eruption, these 2 survivors are lucky to be alive. Louis Augustus Cyprus and a little girl named Henrietta de la Frille are the only remaining survivors from the city. Cyprus was spared because he was locked in an underground prison that had very little ventilation, so he was not fatally affected by the pyroclastic flow. On the other hand, Gabriella happened to be in the right place at the right time. She happened to be near the mount, and seeing smoke, she looked into the crater. She realized that the eruption was about to happen, so she fled from the city. Sadly, on August 30th, 1902, Mount Pelée erupted again with another pyroclastic flow. Absolutely everything in the city was destroyed by pyroclastic flow, including houses, factories, crops, land, and the city's public buildings. The damage and cleanup costs of the area is predicted to be $50 million and will take about 5 years. The volcano has immense environmental effects, emitting dangerous gases into the air. After Mount Pelée erupted, the soil was not able to grow anything because of the deadly lahars which came from the eruption. All the gases in the air made it hard for anyone to come back to clean up the destruction until recently. Going forward, we can take what we have learned from this volcanic eruption and its effects. By creating hazard maps, studying the volcano, and creating a disaster plan for another event like this, we can be much more prepared for the future.
Thank you so much, Kathleen, for your update. Again, you're watching Channel 11 News. My name is Ophir Rotem. Thanks for watching.